This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? Is your boy. There we go. Now we got the sound going, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you letting me know. The Knicks take game 1, 111-104 over the Philadelphia 76ers. Started off kind of slow. A little bit rusty. You know what I'm saying? But they found a way. The bench, ladies and gentlemen, the bench found a way to get the game back in order. And kind of took over. They gave the lead back in the third quarter, but then they took over in the fourth quarter and never looked back. You know what I mean? Let me tell you what. If you think this game is not going to go past 4, this series is not going to go past 4, you're crazy. This is going to be a battle. Joel Embiid came back. You know, I'll be honest with you. When it looked like Joel Embiid was out, I thought, well, maybe it's not going to go past 4 if Joel Embiid is out. But once he came back, he was still doing work in the second half. This is going to be a battle. This is going to be a tough series. You know what I mean? But Mitchell Robinson did contributions all the way across the board. We're going to talk about it. I do want to remind you, we have the lounge tickets, ladies and gentlemen, available right now for Game 5. All right? If it's going to go to a Game 5. You better believe it. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you get your lounge tickets. All right? They're expensive, $525 a piece. But it's going to be worth it for you to be at the Garden for a pivotal Game 5. You get a lounge. There's food and beverage in the lounge, pregame podcast, postgame podcast, all of that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be dope. So make sure that you are there. There's a link in the description of the video. There's also one tag to the top of your YouTube chat so that you can reserve your tickets right now. If we don't go to a Game 5, you'll get refunded. If we can't get the lounge, you'll get refunded. So there we go. We got Tony. We got Steph. Let's get into this one, man. Tony, what's poppin' with you, bro? How you feeling? All right, we'll come to Steph. Steph, how you feeling? Oh, man. Deuce.
About it later. Tom Thibodeau just riding the hot hand. Who has it today? Who doesn't have it? And giving those guys the minutes instead of sticking with who he thinks should be in the game. So I'm sure we'll get into it more, but I'm feeling really, really good about this win.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Steph mentioned Deuce. Sorry, She's clear now. She's clear now. That was on my end, Steph. Don't worry about it. That was
Oh,
on my
okay,
end.
okay.
Everything is clear now. Everybody's excited from the win. Technical difficulties going on all over the place and everything. You know what I mean? Everybody's all excited from the win. But Deuce, I really do want to talk about Deuce. But Tony, I'll give you a chance to say what you think, and then let's talk about Deuce, because Deuce saved the game for me.
No doubt about it.
Yes,
You know
but salute Queen, salute Sim, salute chat. Your Black is time. Listen, it was unsung heroes all across the board. Boban came up, and I'm telling you, he hit one shot. It was before it even went in. I was just screaming. This is what we brought you here for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yo, it was unsung heroes all across the board. I ain't gonna hog it. We're gonna share it, but let's go. We here.
Yeah, well, let's start with Deuce. Because in the first half, the Knicks down double digits. Deuce came in, started knocking down threes, getting in the paint. We talked about it on Ron's show earlier today that Deuce is one of the only other guys the Knicks have that can really break down the defense and get into the paint, put pressure on the defense, and he did that tonight. Right, he got in the game. He put pressure on the defense. He knocked down threes. He knocked down threes with people in his face. You know what I'm saying? He was just a hero. He was a hero, no doubt about that. He was a hero tonight, and he really did lead the bench. Yeah. And without Joel Embiid in the game, Philadelphia they didn't have answers for the Knicks without Joel Embiid in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you think about Deuce? And can he continue to play? He's not going to give you 20. Whatever.
21, I think it was.
21 tonight, something like that. He's not going to do that every single night, right? 20. Deuce gave 21 tonight for Deuce. He's not going to do that every night, but can he just keep this level of play up? Because I think the Knicks will need him to do so. Because one of the big things with the Knicks, like the 76ers, is when Jalen Brunson's not in the game, where do you manufacture offense? You know what I mean? And Deuce was part of that tonight, and so was Bogdanovic. But we'll stick with Deuce, then we'll get to Bogey.
Who do you want to go?
Yeah, Steph, you go ahead.
I thought McBride was phenomenal. And you're right, Sam. We may not get 21 points each game, but more than the points, and trust me, we needed the points tonight, was that we see he's somebody that the lights are not too bright for him.
Right.
That we don't have to worry about him flaming out. So the shots may fall, they may not fall, but he's going to be in there. He's going to play good defense. He's going to be confident. And he's somebody that we can count on now. I think he's proven that in the regular season, but he's also proved it, in the playoffs, that he's somebody we can count on for this series. I thought he didn't look afraid. Some of them shots, he got the ball. He didn't even pass it no more. It was like one pass and he pulled up,
Right.
He was super confident in his game. I thought his defense, listen, you're not going to stop Maxey. You're just not. But I thought he did a good job on him. I liked what I saw from Deuce.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey, in that third quarter, single-handedly, brought Philadelphia back and, got them the lead. And I was like, man, we got to find a way to, do we throw a double team at him? What do we do with Tyrese Maxey? Because, he was scaring me, with the way that he's able to break down the Knicks defense almost at will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously having Deuce on him is going to make it tougher for him, but I think you're right. No one's really going to stop Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey tonight had 33 points, right? 33 points, 4 assists, 54% from the field, 53. He was 33% from the three-point line, but nobody's stopping Tyrese Maxey. You know what I mean? Tony, what's your thoughts, man? Deuce.
If this is sustainable, I'm not expecting, the 21 per se, but the defense is going to be there. We already know that. And then, like Queen said, he's not afraid of the moment. I think once you go through what you have to go through to get into Tibbs' good graces, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anything else is really kind of scary. You know what I mean? Plus, he's already been here. It's not like he got traded from somewhere else to New York. You know what I mean? So he went through the rigors of New York. He's seen what stars got to go through in that position. He's seen what everybody got to go through from the bottom and raise himself to the position that he's at. So I think he's gonna be fine no matter what. So yeah, I'm excited. You know, once I seen it in the regular season, I never doubted it, to be honest, because I seen where he started from.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that journey, that means something. And once he got that green light, yeah, I think he's gonna be fine. Whether he miss or make, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's definitely confident. You know, and he's going to, I think he's going to have many more pivotal moments in this series. You know what I mean? I think on Ron's show, somebody on Ron's show said, yeah, Deuce is going to have a big game tonight. They can feel it. Deuce is going to have a big game, and he did just that. You know what I'm saying? He had a big game tonight. You know, really did keep the Knicks in the game versus Philadelphia's bench. The Knicks bench dominated tonight. You know what I mean? You know, they dominated tonight. And it just, you know, Philadelphia just doesn't have enough pieces there. They just don't have enough pieces. What do you think about Bogey and his play tonight? Because in that, he hit a couple of threes, one of them off the backboard, but he hit a couple of threes.
It counts.
It counted, though. You know what I'm saying? He hit a couple of threes tonight to help the Knicks get back into the game.
You heard the announcer say he ain't smiled, so that means he meant to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Steph. Go ahead.
Listen, I thought Bogey, and I still think is the X factor in this series, that we needed something from the bench. We got both Bogey and McBride tonight.
Right.
He's going to be pivotal for this series to take some pressure off of that starting unit. We got 21 from Josh Hart. I don't know if we can expect that, you know, every night, but we're gonna need Bogey off that bench. I think the Knicks outscored the Pistons. I mean the Phillies bench 42-11 or 42-13 or something like that. I thought Bogey was phenomenal. He doesn't look afraid, and you know it's going in when he started almost going down court.
Right.
On the release, he started going down court. I said, "Oh, that was going."
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. And you know, he actually got the ball in the post over maybe it was Kyle Lowry. It was somebody. He got the ball in the post, and I think the Knicks can look to use that. He got fouled. He missed both of the free throws, but he got to the line. You know what I'm saying? He got to the line, and I think the Knicks really need to look to use his ability in the post, especially with somebody smaller than him, because I think he can hit a mid-range shot, and he is a crafty player.
Yeah.
You know, with the ball in his hands, as far as trying to, you know, score. And I think that's another way the Knicks can get some post action and get something going in the paint. You know what I mean? Because on a night like tonight, when, you know, it was a little difficult for Brunson, you know, Brunson's shot wasn't really falling tonight. And you know, they're trying to, something I noticed is they're trying to block Brunson from behind. You know, on several occasions, you know, Tyrese Maxey, you know, I think on a three he did it. A couple of mid-range shots, you know, he's blocking the ball from behind. Maybe because, you know, where Brunson brings the ball, they looked at it and said, look where he brings the ball. If you come from behind, you can slap it, you know, while he has other people in front of him. So that's something I think, you know, Brunson's going to have to look at, you know, and it may make it a little bit tough for Brunson in the paint. Someone like Bogey who can score in the paint, I think, you know, we're going to need him to be able to step up.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and if we can utilize him in that area, that's going to make our offense, you know, just a little more lethal. You know what I mean? Let me get to a phone call. Lauren, what's good, man?
Beloved, how y'all doing? First things first. Y'all good?
Good.
How are you?
Anthony, how you doing today, bro? Y'all good?
I'm feeling good,
man.
brother.
So, Sims, first things first, what we discussed before the game, where you talked about dependency on the three, and we had that conversation about if things are getting a little bit too stiff for Brunson, are we comfortable going into the game knowing that we are that reliant on the three? I see exactly what you're saying, because that's exactly what this game was today. The good thing is this: the game it basically happened in sequences. It was 2-3 and 2-3. It was McBride, who got us through some difficulties. Then Mitch Robinson did his thing, and then Josh Hart closed it out. And of course, sprinkles of Bojan in there doing what he needed to do. But it was literally a team effort. And I got to say, I do not like that it got this serious. But this goes to your point about not expecting a sweep, because Philly did show up to play with whoever they had on the court.
Yep.
I'm just glad we kind of squeaked out that win, because it was stressful, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it was.
It was a stressful one. It was tough. It was. Yes.
Yeah, it was definitely a stressful game. And now when the bench came in and they took over. I was relieved. I was really relieved when the bench came in and took over. You know what I'm saying? It was, that was huge. That was just huge. The Knicks never really turned back. When Embiid went down, I wasn't excited at all. I didn't want to see him go down. I was actually glad that he came back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at that point, though, Lauren, I was like, man, if Embiid is gone, because I was already looking at the game. At that point, the Knicks had a 5-point lead with Embiid in the game, right?
Yeah.
And Embiid was playing great, and Brunson wasn't playing well at all, and the Knicks had a 5-point lead. And I was like, if Embiid's not there, it's a sweep.
My ego is attached.
Right.
But to your point, though, my ego is a little bit attached to this, because I don't want, even though they're going to have it nonetheless, I don't want the media to have an excuse to why we advance.
Yeah.
So I want your best players on the court at all times.
Right.
I just like you said, though, when you look at just the facts, the X's and O's, if Embiid is out, it's most likely a sweep. But, I'm glad he came back into the game, and you never really wish injury on anybody.
Right.
I do want to say, though, to the Knicks fans who are listening, who want to throw everything away to trade Joel Embiid, to trade for Joel Embiid, because you want to trade Randall, you want to trade my dog and my cat, everybody for Joel Embiid. No big man who has lower body issues gets healthier as they age.
Right.
And that's a player that you have to consider giving $50 million and trading the farm to get. So I hope folks are just kind of, stepping back on that idea of just sending everything for Embiid in that event. But nonetheless, though, today's game, Jalen Brunson is not going to have another game this bad at all. I highly doubt he's going to have a game this bad. Also, to your conversation about McBride, I think we can trust that McBride is going to always get a smart shot. That's one thing I've realized about him. His jump shot is actually a jump shot. Like, he jumps out the gym, then shoots the ball. So he's always going to get a smart shot because he doesn't force stuff. He takes his time and he gets what is given to him by the defense. So I think we can always trust that he will at least be a smart player on the court. And then obviously the defense is always there. Josh Hart, I do not want to see one more jump pass ever again.
Oh my God.
No more.
Yeah.
No more jump passes. And OG, buddy, next game we need 60 points from you, bruh. We need 60. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we won the game. I'm not mad.
Yeah. And he hit a key three.
Big shot.
He hit a key three tonight. You know what I'm saying? Definitely
Big
did.
shot.
But you can see that he can, and there were moments where he was able to touch the paint tonight.
Yes.
Facts.
And I just want to see more of that from him. I just want to see more of that.
And that's the good thing about this team, though. Like, we tried the Hartenstein thing, wasn't working out. Mitch came in, did what he did. And it's next game, I wouldn't be surprised if the stars of the show are Donte, Josh Hart, and like Hartenstein. You never know who's going to show up and dominate a game. And that's the good thing about how we approach it. We just need Jalen Brunson not to have 5 turnovers. 8 for 26 is wild, but it's game 1. And, we can kind of see what their game plan was. But we got that win, man. I ain't even mad.
Yeah. We got the win.
Yeah.
This is what the playoffs is about. You got to find different ways to win every night that you step out there on the floor.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
And they found a way to do it tonight.
Yeah.
Big facts.
You know, with
I'm glad.
contributions all the way
On to
across the
game
board.
2.
On to game 2. Yeah, no doubt about it. Game 2, Monday night, game 2. You know, that's going to be you know Philly's coming. They're coming. You know what I'm
They
saying?
are.
It's going to be a battle.
For sure.
They're coming.
They can't afford to go down 2-0 going home. But
No.
whatever we do, though, Doris Burke, don't show up to work on Monday, please. Because if I hear another conversation about, oh, my God, Joel Embiid is the greatest man ever, I don't care, bro. Talk about the Knicks. Bruh.
Nah, I
It's
feel
all
you.
good, though.
I feel you. Lauren, I appreciate it, man.
No doubt, man. Stay up.
Yeah, no doubt. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks with a big win tonight. We got a special guy. We got a special guy here. Isaiah Big Bubba Brunson. What's popping with you, man?
Yo,
What's popping with you? How you feeling?
man,
Hey.
Sim, listen, man, I'm at work. I might get fired for this, but I don't care. The Knicks won, baby.
Don't get fired. You got too much going on. You can't afford to get fired.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm on my
And you
way
wanna
to a
keep
different
that
job. I'm doing some
relationship,
extra
too.
work
Ain't
tonight.
nobody
But
dealing with
listen,
broke-
Sim,
For real.
no, I'm not gonna get fired. I promise him, I'm not gonna get fired. No, but I'm excited. Man, the Knicks won. First of all, I'm glad it's time. I'm glad my man Tony
Hey,
Crow is back
hey.
in the building.
Isaiah, do me a
I'm glad
favor.
you back.
Isaiah, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Talk with Tony and Steph for a second. I got to go check something out. I'm going to be right back. All right?
Okay.
2-3 minutes. Go ahead. You got it.
Okay. I'm taking over the show.
Something like that.
We still got the controls,
Oh,
though.
man.
Yeah, they got the
Yeah,
controls.
so-
They can cut you out of there.
Mama Steph, they done messed up on making me the host. Listen, Tony Crow, welcome back, baby. It's good to see you, man. Good to hear from you.
Oh no! Oh, I guess he got cut out.
Wait, who cut me out?
So what you
Don't
wanna
cut me
talk
out now.
Okay, there you go.
Hello?
Yeah, you there, bro.
Okay. Nah, listen, man, I'm super excited about the game, man. We played a hard-fought game. Second half, third quarter really scared me. We lost the lead, but you know what? These guys, man, this is going to be a tough series. I think this is going to be the toughest series in the Eastern Conference. You know, a lot of these people duck smoke. They lost games so they could play certain teams. We got the hardest matchup. And you know what? I think the Knicks are still going to win. The defense with Mitchell Robinson second half is great. Chef Kiss, listen, this guy can play in the playoffs. You got McBride coming in with big games. You got these role players, man. They're making big moves and they made big shots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jalen Brunson is going to have another bad game like that. I'm super excited for this team, man. I think this is going to be a whole four series. I think Philly, I'm scared next game because I think Philly's going to punch us in the mouth, but I do think we're going to have a counter punch after that punch. But, man, I'm excited for this team. I think I got us in 6.
Yeah. I have us in 6 too. What do you think Philly is going to do next game? You think it's just a matter of them making shots? You think it's because Embiid got his, Maxey, got his. They even got 18 points from Lowry. I don't think they were expecting that. What do you think Philly is going to do? And Brunson didn't play well.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to keep the defensive intensity on Brunson. I think they're going to try to do that, force him to take a lot of more shots. I thought Brunson wasn't really comfortable. I thought he was forcing a lot of things. And and you got to attribute the defense of Philly to that because they were playing them tight, and stuff. So I think what Philly's going to do is play more hard defense on Brunson. I think this is a point where Brunson has to trust his teammates. I think this is a series where he has to trust them more than he usually does, and give the guys open shots, break down the defense, and get the open shots. Because if he doesn't trust these guys, man, I don't think we're going to do good. Because again, Brunson right now, he's the only superstar on the team right now. Randall's not there. We can't, rely on something like we can't rely on Josh for having those shooting games. We all know that Josh can have a shooting game like this and go 0 for 10 the next game.
Right.
So you got to trust your teammates. You have to. I think Philly is gonna try to give the ball to Embiid more and let him do what he has to do because again I think you're gonna see a lot more aggression from Embiid if his legs are a little bit better. We don't know yet. We got to see. And Tyrese Maxey, man, we got to make Tyrese Maxey uncomfortable. I would really like to see Deuce get a shot at Tyrese a little more, because I don't know if OG can hold him. I don't know if OG can fully hold him for the whole game. But I like to see Deuce get a shot at Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
I'm back, Isaiah.
Hey, okay, hey, the show. Hey, listen, man. You know when I run the show, man. You know it does pretty good. You know.
Does it? I mean, let me see. Did the numbers drop? Let's see.
Oh, the numbers don't drop, baby. The numbers only get high when I'm on the show.
Oh no, the numbers drop.
Oh,
the numbers
first of all, those are a couple bots and ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I mean, I guess the thing about it is it's all going to depend on, you were talking about Deuce, getting his chance on Tyrese Maxey. I guess it's going to depend on at what point in time Deuce is in the game and Tyrese is in the game too.
Yeah, because something. I think I like what I do like what this head was at. No Diddy. Pause. I believe, putting OG on Tyrese Maxey was the right move, but I think OG might struggle with this because Maxey's a little swift, kind of fast guard. It might be a little tough on OG.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it was a more physical player, like this, and to me, if this was like a Jason Tatum, a more physical player, I think OG would have no problem. But when it comes to these smaller point guards that are moving fast, it's tough to guard them as a guy like OG.
Yeah, and
but I do. Yeah.
And also, Philly does a good job. Nick Nurse does a good job of utilizing the screen and roll to get Tyrese Maxey in a situation where he has, someone that probably can't guard him on him.
Right.
He does a good job doing that.
Yeah, and they make contact on the screens.
Exactly.
Really good screens for Maxey.
Yep, no doubt about it. But Big Bubba, man, you had somebody call in earlier today and, give you some props for being a good guy. I told him he was crazy, but...
No, man, listen. Hey, whoever it was, the check will be in the mail soon. Don't you worry.
Yeah. He said he works with you. You said, you work together.
Oh, Benji, man. Shout out to my guy, Benji, man. Benji's a great guy, man. He's a great guy. I think he paid for a ticket, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I put mine on layaway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know. I know. Tell me about it.
No, but, man, I'm really excited. Hey, I know the next game is Monday. I'm going to try to jump on for you, Sim, but let's enjoy tonight. We got to get back to work on Sunday, man, because, we got a game on Monday, baby.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, Big Bubba, I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Steph, Tony, glad you're back, baby. Have a good one, y'all.
All right, peace.
All right.
Yeah, that was Big Bubba, ladies and gentlemen, in the building. He is a good dude. He's definitely a good guy. Big shout out to Maximus Dan. He said, what happened to Josh? His insight will be great for the moment. Josh will definitely be back. You got to remember, we're people, man. We got stuff we got to deal with sometimes. So he'll definitely be back. Lloyd Barker said, Sim, the Sixers played their best game and lost. This team is too good for Philly. I have my broom ready. Philly doesn't deserve to see a game 5.
Ooh.
I ain't going to front, Sim. That's the energy I'm on right now, too.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like every game is going to be, there's going to be a different obstacle in every game. You know what I mean? And both teams are going to be ready and trying to, battle it out. Philly shot 44% from the field. They shot 34% from 3. I mean, is that their best game? I don't know if that's their best game.
All right. Can I ask you this? Did Maxey play well?
Yeah, Maxey played well.
Did Embiid play well?
Yep.
So I'm just saying the odds are in our favor that one of them will have a bad game at one point.
but I also
and
think
then
the
another
odds
one
are
have another play, and then maybe even both of them at the same time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I also think
and our top 2 guys, if we was gonna poll who our top 2 guys were coming in, didn't have good games.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think the odds are that they're going to have some other people step up too. You know what I'm saying? Just like we had Deuce step up tonight. If Deuce didn't step up tonight, we might not be here. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
You know, so I think they're gonna have some guys that step up and play some good basketball games as well. And for the most part, I think Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. I mean, Joel Embiid shot 36% from the field, 25% from three. He still had 29 points and 8 rebounds and 6 assists. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he played a great first quarter, but the rest of the game was, you know what I mean? And he still put up those numbers. So I don't know. I don't know if this was their best game. You know, what I do see is that they were very active defensively. They had hands all over the place. They were trying as hard as they can to crash the boards, but it didn't do them that well because the Knicks still dominated the glass, which is what the Knicks are going to have to do, especially in a game like this, because the Knicks only shot 39% from the field, right? And they grabbed 55 rebounds. Philly only grabbed 33 rebounds, right? That's going to be a big key in the game. The Knicks got to continue in this series. They got to continue to dominate the glass. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I understand. I get what people, you know, might be feeling, but I think Philly's gonna have a. I think it goes 6. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
it goes 6
You
too.
know,
I think Philly, like, I don't think this is the best Philly is capable of playing. That's not what I'm saying. But I really think they gave us their best shot as they are right now. Like with Embiid, I think he was on some let me give it my all early and try to you know what I mean, knock the Knicks out of the game early, and we withstood that. We withstood that before he got hurt. Like you said, we was up 5 before he went down. You know what I mean? So I really think we good. I don't know. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not overlooking them.
yeah.
But
I mean, I think we're good. I think we're gonna win the series. I just don't
I
think
mean,
it's gonna be a sweep.
I hope it goes to 5 just because that's where we try to go to the game.
Well, I'm sure the money would just go over to game 1 of the next.
Game 1.
Yeah,
No,
we
I
could.
agree.
Yeah, we could move it over to the
No,
next
I know.
series or whatever.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm personally, I'm talking about the days. I took the days off. I got the days.
Yeah.
But this has been my experience though, watching the playoffs. I sound like Tibbs now. You can't get too high and you can't get too low. And you can't, every game has its own complexion to it. You know, the next game, Hart probably doesn't hit 4 threes or 3 in the last 4 minutes, but somebody else comes through for us. Today it was Mitch. Maybe next game is iHeart. It was McBride. Maybe next game is Bogey. And the same thing for them. So I hear people saying, McBride should start. No changes. This is just what happens in the playoffs. Just because somebody pops off doesn't mean they're gonna pop off for the rest of the series. Just because someone doesn't have a good series, like we haven't even talked about Devo. Just because somebody doesn't shoot well and doesn't play well doesn't mean they're done for the series. That's just how the playoffs go. Game to game, it could be very different.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. Like, but I feel like the same odds that we have, they have, or they have, we have. So, like I don't think they expected Larry to have the game he had tonight. You know what I mean? So it might not be him for them next game. It might be Uber. You know what I mean? And so I think but the fact that our top guys, you know what I mean? Like, I think OG didn't play great. I think Brunson didn't play great. I think Devo didn't play great. So the fact that those 3 guys didn't play great at all, you know what I mean? They didn't play horrible, but they ain't, you know what I mean? Like,
I think OG was OG.
I think he was.
Defensively, I think he was pretty good.
But I don't know how much we can expect from him offensively anyway. I did like, I don't know if it was the first quarter or the first half. I thought he was real aggressive going to the basket, like making it his business to get right to the rim.
Yeah.
He was super aggressive, but what are we expecting? Like,
but I don't expect it every night. What I'm saying is he's capable of having the deuce performance next game. You know what I mean? So that you know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. Like, I think we're deeper than teams are or people are giving us credit for. Like, a lot of the things we was worried of, I think we overstood it today, and we've done it periodically as the season closed out.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're definitely deeper than Philly.
Yeah.
And I think we showed that tonight. You know what I mean? Just by having so many guys that are capable of giving, contributions out there on the floor. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double digits tonight.
Nice.
We only had 8 guys play. 5 of them were in double digits.
And 2 of them were off the bench, or 3?
2 of
3.
them off the bench.
2 off the bench.
Yeah. Bogdanovic 13. Deuce had 21. Right. Yep. Jalen Brunson 22. Josh Hart had 22. OG Anunoby had 11. Yep. Hartenstein 6.7 rebounds. DiVincenzo played 24 minutes, didn't shoot the ball well, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. But of course, with Deuce doing what he did, he made up for what Donte didn't do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mitch, man, just played a wonderful game. 30 minutes tonight for Mitch, 8 points, 12 rebounds. His size, his height and length against Embiid just meant everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the fourth quarter when Embiid was trying to post up, Mitch's defense gave him trouble. Made him, throw up some bad shots. You see him battle and fight for that rebound when they both went down to the floor. I was proud of that.
Yeah.
I was definitely proud of that. You know what I mean? The Knicks got a lot of contributions across the board, and I do think they have too much for Philly.
Yeah.
Definitely have too much for Philly. But I think Philly finds a way to eke out, at least one win. I'm thinking maybe 2. They find a way to eke it out because, they got some pride too. And they got guys that can play. And they got guys that I think, like we've seen Nicholas Batum step up against Miami. We've seen him have some good games against the Knicks before. You know what I'm saying? Buddy Hield is capable of stepping up too. I'm hoping that win doesn't come until we get to Philly though. I want the Knicks to take both these games at home, have a nice 2-0 cushion. You know what I mean? And go from there. But I'll take a sweep. Trust me. I'll take a sweep all day long. I'll take a sweep all day. All day long. I'll take a sweep. Josh Hart, though, want to talk about him. He had 22 points and 13 rebounds. Came through big time in the fourth.
Big.
Knocking down threes, pull up, off the dribble threes. Grabbing big rebounds. Man, how much more can you say about Josh Hart? I won't even ask, can he keep it up, because we know that he can. You know what I'm saying? This is just what he's done all season long. You know what I mean? Is just come up big in clutch moments with big rebounds, knocking down big shots. I guess if I have a concern, it's, Jalen Brunson got to his spots, but they also made it tough for him to get to those spots. Bodies on him, blocking shots. He had 5 turnovers tonight. They're getting their hands on the basketball. They clearly studied, ways to frustrate Brunson, and they're doing that. Do you think it's going to be a tough series for Brunson? Steph, I'll begin with you.
I think it's going to be a tough series in the sense that Philly is not going to let up. They're going to continue to throw different looks. They're going to continue to throw different players at him. That's not going to change. But I do think Jalen Brunson is going to adjust. The way he played tonight, I can't imagine this being the norm for the series.
Yeah.
So he'll bounce back. He'll be better. They're making a concerted effort that he's not going to beat them.
Yep.
And so even if he shoots better, we're still going to need the rest of the team to score and to show up big, because they're not going to let Jalen Brunson score 40 points.
Right. They are making an effort to shut him down and say, if someone's going to beat us,
Correct.
it's going to have to be somebody else. Right?
Yep.
It's going to have to be everybody else. Now, I think we got the guys that can step up. and proved it tonight. But yeah, I think they're definitely making that effort. Tony, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I agree with Steph that Brunson will adjust. I think what I think it worked tonight was when Brunson was off ball. I think that threw Philly for a loop a little bit. So I think we might see more of that. That might even give DiVincenzo a chance to kind of be more aggressive, and that might just change the dynamic between them two, as far as having better games. But a bad series, I don't think so, because I think once he settled in tonight, he was still able to kind of pick them apart a little bit. So I think even I mean, I guess it's going to be about them adjusting from the adjustment, because I think by game 2 we'll see a different Brunson. You know what I mean? Like he'll they won't be able to run the same type of schemes, and it's not nothing he hasn't seen all year. You know what I mean? Like they kind of did a mixture of everything today,
Right.
including the zone, which I don't think they played the zone earlier in the year against us. So
Right.
that threw us for a loop a little bit. So I think they played their hand. They showed their hand, but we'll see.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me get to a phone call. Kareem, what's poppin' with you, brother? How you feeling?
Barbecue chicken, man.
What's happening with you, my man?
Barbecue chicken, man.
Yes, sir. I feel you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. Great game, man. I got so sick of the media this week, man, with this Embiid rhetoric. I couldn't wait for this game, man.
Yeah. How you feeling? What do you think, man? Is there anything that you see the Knicks need to adjust to for game 2?
Well, I will say this, right? I think that the matchup that worked for us was when McBride played beside Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that matchup works better in this series. Nothing against Donte DiVincenzo, but I just think at times, you can get the ball out of Brunson's hand and get it in McBride's hand, because that's what their defense is predicated upon. They know that Brunson, look, he had the most dribble moves this season.
Right.
So a big portion of our offense is determined on him, handling and either trying to get his own shot and then, passing to shooters, from 3 or in the paint. So I think that at times Brunson needs to play more off the ball, and, it'll help open up his game more.
Yeah, I guess, you got to have someone else who can crack that paint to have Brunson off the ball consistently. You know what I mean? And maybe that's why, Deuce has been proving and showing that he can get into that lane, and so maybe that's why having Deuce and Brunson on the floor together, if Deuce can get into the lane, it can take a lot of pressure off of Brunson. Give him a chance to rest a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And also, too, I'm glad Josh Hart made those 4 threes, because they were leaving him open, because he was missing a lot of them, initially. But, eventually, man, when they leave you open, you got to make them pay. And he made them pay.
And he made them pay. You know what I'm saying? And last year in the playoffs, Josh Hart was a little tentative to shoot an open 3 even sometimes. He was a little bit tentative. You know what I'm saying? This year, he's not. He's not tentative to take any shot that's out there, even off the dribble every once in a while. Sometimes I cringe when I see it off the dribble, but I'm like, all right. I mean, he made it tonight. I was like, whew. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
But no, Josh Hart is going to be big all season. I mean, all series.
I agree,
all
man.
series.
All playoffs, yep.
All series. He's going to be
huge. He's just that type of player, man. Damn, Deuce, man. Whew. Ice water in his veins tonight, man.
Deuce, man. I'm so glad we got him under contract for 3 years, $3 million a year, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? We got him under a nice contract because he's You know, I mean, he's just stepping up so huge, and proving, you know, that the coaching staff, the front office understand what they're doing. You know, like I was saying on Ron's channel earlier today on Know the Ledge. You know, you got to give kudos to the coaching staff and the front office because they knew, like, I'm sure they looked at it and said, Emmanuel quickly can give a team more than what he's giving, but not this team because we have Jalen Brunson and we have these other pieces. So he may not ever be able to get to his full potential, but we can have Deuce here and we can trade quickly and have Deuce who can give you at least what Emmanuel quickly was giving you. You know what I'm saying? So he can give you that. He may not have the same potential, but he can give you that, and that's exactly what we need. And he still brings the defense. You know what I'm saying? He may not have the same playmaking that Emmanuel quickly has, but he also doesn't have the quickly is going to get into his spells of boom, 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 and trying to get his off and stuff like that. Deuce doesn't really have that in his game. You know, so that's a bit of a trade-off, but, you know, that's, you know, just a smart move. It's proven to be a smart move from the front office that they say, hey, we could trade quickly because we know Deuce can come in and give you the same type of numbers, maybe a little bit less, but the same type of numbers that Quickly was giving you, and Quickly can go somewhere and maybe and probably give you more numbers in the future. You know what I mean? And, you know, that's just a testament to them knowing what they had on the bench, knowing, you know, they see these guys in practice every day and in film sessions and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's good decision. It's proven to be a really good decision.
Definitely, man. And you know what I said? I said about the whole McBride thing. We kept talking about development, man, and this is a guy that was developed within our system.
Yep.
And I kept saying if he could get that jump shot to drop, that was the last thing he needed to work on because if you notice, even last season's the seasons prior, you know, the jump shot was just inconsistent, and then he will be pulled out of the game.
Right.
You know, now it's dropping, not just 3-point. I mean, we're talking about a pull-up mid-range, pull-up 3-pointer, step-back 3-pointer, you know, and, you know, we talked about that trade with Emmanuel and Barrett, which you had 4 people that needed the ball to do something.
Right.
You know, you already have Brunson and Randall that play that way. So, you know, getting Anunoby and then, you know, somebody could play off the ball and, you know, McBride can do the same. He can handle the ball, play make for you, and then he could be effective off the ball. You know, so this is what we needed. It's definitely what we needed.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Love what Deuce is doing. Any other thoughts about the game? Or,
man. Great game, and also, you know, I'm what we need to do, man. And I like that we did it in this game. When this dude, his leg, you could see he can't plant really up. Embiid, you know, he was shooting a lot of weird, like almost like turn around, like shooting over his head type shots because he can't plant that foot. So what the Knicks need to do, man, is when he gets into that position, have a guard or two come and swipe at that ball.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you looked at us going into the second half, man, we had, for a team that they say play so slow, we had 16 fast break points to their 6.
Right.
You know, totally out-rebounded them, you know, by the first, you know, for ended in the first half. And most of all, 26 bench points, man. To their, I believe, 6 to 8 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, we dominated.
So,
we ended up with 40-something bench points. You know, we dominated the bench. I'm saying
I don't see that Vince giving them that much production in Philly.
You said you don't see who?
I don't see Philly Vince giving them that much production, or no way even close in the series.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say that because Buddy Hield can get hot. Right. So, you know, if he has a night, you know, he might get hot or something like that. But for the most part, the Knicks bench, I think, is better.
Yeah. He can get hot at Disney World when he loses.
Hey,
Mickey will keep him hot.
Yeah. I mean, you right about that. I mean, listen, the Knicks, I think, is going to win this series. There's no doubt about it in my mind that the Knicks are going to win the series. You know, it's still going to be a tough one. It's going to be a battle all the way down to whenever that
I agree.
when that elimination game is. It's going to be a battle. I think Philly showed that they're not going to just lay over or roll over. They're going to battle all the way through.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Embiid
No
was
doubt
rolling
about it.
over, laying on that floor, looking for God.
He was looking for something. I thought it was done. I did. I thought he was
me
done.
too, man.
I thought he was done.
I was getting ready to throw a party, man.
Oh man, I wasn't hoping for him to be hurt, man. I wasn't hoping for him to be hurt.
I ain't hoping for any. I wasn't hoping for a career ending interview, but I was hoping for a series ending. I was like,
man.
yes.
Yeah.
And then I saw him coming back to say, I was like, come on. Remember Kendrick Perkins? Just sit him.
Yeah. No doubt. Kareem, man, I appreciate the time, man.
Appreciate you, son.
No doubt.
Shout out to Tony Crow, man. Stuff, man. We going. I might buy me a broom, man, if it gets to
that. All right. Peace, man.
All right, man. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you we got lounge tickets available. We're about halfway there. We need to get these other halves sold, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's kind of steep. Got to talk to MSG about that. It's $5.25 per ticket. That does get you a ticket to the game. Plus, you're in a lounge where there's food and beverage in the lounge. You get to chill with, a bunch of Knicks fans and have a great time. We have pregame podcast, postgame podcast. We'll probably have a legend come through. So please make sure you check it out. Reserve your ticket. I mean, I feel pretty positive we're going to a game 5. I know, but listen, if the Knicks, if I know people are waiting to see. People are waiting to see, ladies and gentlemen, and I get that. But if we don't go to a game 5, we can refund your money, or we can roll it over to round 2. Same thing if we don't, get the lounge, we can roll it over to round, to round 2 or whatever it is. But we would talk about that as a group, and individual people may have, different things in mind. And if you need a refund, you get a refund. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. So make sure you reserve your tickets right now. There's a link in the description of the video, and there's one also in the chat. Tag to the top of your YouTube chat. The Knicks dominated the glass tonight, 55-33. 55-33. And the crazy thing is, it's not even like we're bigger. We just have more hounds out there on the floor. You know what I'm saying? To dominate the glass that way. 55-33, 20 assists for the Knicks, 17 for the 76ers. Both teams with 11 turnovers. The Knicks only shot 39.6% from the field. Philly shot 44%. The Knicks 45.7% from 3. They started off not hitting the 3 in the first quarter. Then, they started to light it up as the game went on. Philly only shot 34%, 90% from the free throw line for Philly. 82% for the Knicks. Philly dominated in the paint, scoring in the paint, 46-36. The Knicks 26 second chance points to Philly's 8. And fast break points, the Knicks had 27 fast break points tonight. To Philly's 11. 27 fast break points. That's very uncommon for the Knicks to have 27 fast break points. They're usually around 12 to 15 or something like that. So I kind of needed. I want to dive in and see like where these fast break points come from. I might have to watch the game again sometime tomorrow and try to understand that a little bit. But if the Knicks can do that all series long, that's that'd be phenomenal. That'd be phenomenal.
Fast break points, Tim. Oh, sorry, guys.
No, I was going to ask you, is there anything that you think Philly's going to do in the next game? What kind of adjustments do you think Philly have? Will have? But go ahead and, you're going to make a comment. Then we can get into that.
No, I was just saying that kept us in the game. Those second chance points and those fast break points, because like you said, we shot 39.6% from the field, and that allowed us to get 10 more shots than Philadelphia. But I think, Philly obviously wants to cut down on the fast break points. That's not Knick basketball. And I'm pretty sure that's not something they were expecting. So they want to cut down on that. And they have to cut down on the offensive rebounds. We out-rebounded them on the defensive end and the offensive end On the offensive end, 9 to 23. 9 to 23. Mitchell Robinson had 7 offensive rebounds. Brunson had 5. Ihart had 5 in just 18 minutes. Josh Hart had 4. So fast break points, I think they're going to try to do a better job. And they have to do a better job with their defensive rebounding to limit the offensive rebounds.
Yeah. And can they do a better job?
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Because throughout the entire, the Knicks played them 4 times. They dominated the glass 4 times, with Embiid or without Embiid. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can.
Yeah.
Can somebody look up what the rebound was in the first half? Because I'm pretty sure Philly was beating us
On the boards in the first half. You think so?
I could tell you right now, I have the stats up. They had 19 rebounds. We had 30.
Okay.
We was up, yeah. Offensive rebounds, they had 13. We had 19.
Okay.
We had as many offensive rebounds as they had total rebounds in the front. The thing about it is when you look at us on the offensive boards, Josh Hart, Hartenstein, Mitch, it's hard to keep them off the offensive boards. Those are the main guys who give us second chance points. And then Brunson chipped in with 5. Second chance opportunities, I should say.
Man, I mean that's domination, especially if you're not. I mean, the Knicks shot 39%. You shoot that bad, you got to be able to rebound the basketball.
Correct.
Right? In order to be able to score or give yourself a chance to score again. And I mean, that's what they did. And Philly, if Philly dominated the glass, if Philly was a little bit better on the glass, kept the Knicks off of the offensive boards, this game might be different. They might have won this basketball game. I mean, to get out-rebounded by 22,
right?
It's a lot. And then get killed in transition and fast break points by 16, 27-11. Yeah, I agree. I think those are going to be 2 areas that they focus on coming into the next game. Really look at it and say, how do we get on the glass? How do we limit these fast breaks? I have to really look at it and see where the fast breaks came from.
Right.
I mean, the Knicks had 6 steals, so it's not really steals. They had to be getting it off the glass, off rebounds, and.
Yeah, maybe off turnovers. Let me see what the points off turnovers were.
Yeah, I mean, the Philly had 11 turnovers.
Points off turnovers for the Knicks, 21.
21. So maybe
maybe those turnovers led to fast breaks.
Led to fast breaks, right?
Maybe.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and to just have 11 turnovers to lead to 21 points, that means they're either, they're not getting back on defense.
That means you scored almost every time. Damn near every time.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Almost every time you scored off of those turnovers. That's critical. That's critical.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, Sam. They're going to talk about the fast break points, the points off turnovers, and the second chance points. But to your point, I'm not sure what they can do about the second chance points. I just looked at it, and I know you said it, but I was doing something, so I didn't really see. Look at the second chance, 26 to what's that, 8? Second chance points? I mean, the Knicks are second in the league in second chance points with 16. Philly is not that far behind. They, I think, 6th in the league with 15, maybe 1 or 2 second chance points behind the Knicks. You couldn't tell that tonight. 26-8.
26-8. Hey, Tony, anything that you think Philly's going to do? How do you think Philly's going to adjust to the Knicks?
Man, I don't think there's nothing they could do, bro. I think they threw the kitchen sink at Brunson, and I think he's going to be way better. And I think that's going to just be a difference maker. You know what I mean? Because Brunson, what we've seen of late from Brunson, especially when he's figuring a team out, he's picking them apart. So it's not even just about his scoring. It's about him breaking them down and you know what I mean, feeding Hartenstein, feeding others. So I think like that's what I'm thinking we're gonna see next game. So it's not. I don't even think it. He might end up with 30, but he's gonna have a high assist game next game. I guarantee it because he's gonna figure out what was bothering him tonight, like what was effective. So and I don't think they adjust because I think they like, all right, what we did for Brunson worked, so we don't change that. You know what I mean? So
I definitely don't think they're changing that. I think they're going to continue to make it tough on them, throw double teams when they can, have a lot of long bodies. They're going to continue to make everybody else beat them.
Right.
Yeah.
So at least next game, I think we gonna win because they're gonna have to adjust to Brunson figuring them out, which I believe he will.
Yeah.
But for Brunson, Sam, do you think it's about him scoring? Like, I think it's more about his floor game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just felt like he was sloppy and was just turning the ball over, didn't look sharp. You can miss shots, but I just think he needs to be better at reading the game, making crisper passes, taking care of the ball. He may not be able to score 30, 35 points in this game the way they playing him, but his floor game has to be better than it was today.
I definitely agree with that. And you know, from time to time, you'll see Brunson, be a little lazy with some passes, or not think someone's gonna reach or whatever it is. He had 5 turnovers tonight. You know what I mean? And a lot of it is the way Philly was playing them. I mean, Philly was doing a lot of reaching. Trying to tap the ball, from him. I think it was Kelly Oubre stole it from him up. It was in the third quarter. The Knicks were having some trouble with the zone a little bit. Kelly Oubre stole it from him, and then on the next possession down, McBride and Brunson had some trouble handling the ball. So I think they're gonna keep someone with length on him and try to disrupt his game. And yeah, he's gonna have to be able to take care of the ball, play a better floor game, and find the people like Tony's saying. Find the people that's open, find the people that's available. And attack from that way. Yeah, you don't have to, if the Knicks are gonna get balanced scoring like they got tonight, then he won't have to score 30. Right. If they're gonna get that kind of balanced scoring like they did tonight. So hopefully hopefully he does so. I don't know if they threw everything. I think each coach probably has some things that they say, I'm gonna hold this until this point. You know what I'm saying? So like the Knicks, I don't think they threw anything different out there, and I didn't expect them to. I think this is how we're gonna play. If they're gonna do something different, for Tibbs, he don't really do nothing different until it's dire straits. You know what I'm saying? Dire needs, like, okay, now we gotta do something. You know what I mean? So until they're desperate. So I expect the Knicks to come out and just play them the same way that they on Monday, play them the same way that they played them tonight. And I think Philly are probably, they might try to throw a high trap on Brunson. I didn't see him do much like high trapping when he had the ball. They might try to make him do some high trapping, but if they do that, Josh Hart is cutting through the middle, OG's cutting through the middle. That could be trouble for him, but I think they'll try a few different things. And maybe they say, well, let's just stay home. Let's put somebody long on them and stay home and go from there. We'll see, what they decide to do. I'm sure they'll have a few little adjustments here and there, though.
Yeah. They might say, Sam, you know what? We're going to keep doing what we do. I dare Josh Hart and McBride to drop another 22.
Drop another 22 again. Yeah. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because, how many threes does Josh Hart average a game normally? Makes.
Maybe 2. Let me check.
Maybe 2.
I don't think it was 2.
It was that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it was 2. Usually the over under on him is like 1.5.
Yeah.
So
and that may be the best philosophy for Philly right now. You know what? We're gonna do it again. Make them beat us again. But they better be careful because one a game. But they better be careful because in the first quarter the Knicks were just rusty. You know what I'm saying? Then they got they got a little bit more. They started making shots. If they start making shots in the first quarter and take a double-digit lead, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I will. If the Knicks are gonna make any kind of adjustment, I guess they'll look and see how Joel Embiid is coming back in game 2, because he was dominating in that first quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He knocked down some threes. He was taking it inside.
Scored the first 9 points.
Yeah, scored the first 9 points. You know what I'm saying?
A 3 and 2 and back-to-back and ones.
Yeah. You know what I mean? His size was definitely showing, but also it was showing against Hartenstein, not against Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now in the second half, who knows how hampered he was by his knee, but Mitch did a great job on Joel Embiid in that second half. Great job on him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing a whole lot more of that.
Yeah.
Big shout out to
and he looked healthy too.
Who, Mitch?
Yeah, like he didn't seem like he was limping. He didn't seem like he was gassed.
Right. He looked healthy. Big shout out to Lloyd Barker. He says, Sim, you're a gentleman and a scholar, and you always show your gamesmanship to the opposing team. But I need that Brooklyn PS 92 Park Playground attitude from you. Joel's knee was bleeding. He won't be mobile the next game. Listen, I just learned through playing a lot of basketball. Man. You respect your opponent and just go out and play. Because, you don't know when they're going. As soon as you lose that respect, I mean, you don't respect them to the point that you're scared of them, but as soon as you lose, like, boom, that's when they roll up on you. So I think, you always got to know that, the NBA players, they got an MVP guy over there, they can win too. You know what I mean? They can win too. They're not just gonna roll over.
Sam, do you think we need to do anything different to get Devo open, or you think he got his shots, it just wasn't his night?
I think I had to look at it and see, how they were defending him. You know what I mean? I think though, because I feel like they were defending him tight and kind of saying, don't let him catch it where he can catch it and shoot. Make him have to put it on the floor and go to the basket, right? So we're gonna play him tight, run around the screen. If Hartenstein is handing the ball to him, run over that, make him have to, don't go under it, because he can catch it and shoot, make him have to put it on the floor and see what he can do. And that's an area that he struggles. He doesn't really have a floater, a great floater. He doesn't pull it up. It might be, I don't know if Tom Thibodeau does that though. I don't think Tom Thibodeau says, okay, let's run this right here to try to get Devo open. But if it happens in game 2, and you might have to think about it. Like, let's find some ways to get him open so that he's just standing there with the ball for a second and can shoot it instead of having somebody tailing him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you don't want to lose him.
Mm-mm.
You don't want him losing any confidence in the playoffs. You don't want to lose him. Because we're gonna need his production.
Without a doubt.
You're definitely gonna need his production. I wish that he would put the ball on the floor a little bit more and could, go to the basket.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I know he can, and we've seen him do it, but he doesn't do it consistently.
Right.
He doesn't attack that rim consistently. I mean, if he attacked the rim consistently, he could probably be a 20-point scorer, 20-point per game scorer in the league. If he did it consistently. But I'd expect that he's gonna, we'll see. I think he'll come back and have a good game, though.
Yeah,
I hope so. I think he'll come back and have a good game. What do you think, Tony?
I agree. I think he got his normal shots tonight. I think it was a little chippy in the first quarter. So I think he missed shots that he normally makes. So So I'm not worried about Devo. I think he hit some big ones too still tonight as well. So and did he come out in the second half? Like I know he played a lot of minutes tonight too. Even still,
Devo?
Yeah,
24, 25.
24.
Yeah,
yeah, 24.
I'm all off. I'm all off tonight. But yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm not worried at all.
He played 9 minutes in the second half.
Okay.
And I think all of those were in the third, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in the third.
In third. Yeah. You guys have a player of the game tonight?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going with Deuce. Actually, I'm going Big Mitch. You know what I mean? He's back in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Closing games. Even though he don't start, he closing games and big impact. You know what I mean? Defensively.
Free throws.
And hit them 2 free throws. You know what I mean? I'm going Big Mitch.
I was so upset. Why is Mitch going to the ball? Why is he in the game?
See that last game of the season gave him a different kind of confidence.
Yeah, it's good. He was great, actually.
Yeah.
I'm it's a toss-up, Sim, but I'm gonna go McBride. He was steady for us from beginning to end. But I can't argue with Mitchell Robinson either. Mitchell Robinson was
huge,
monster.
man.
A monster.
4 blocks.
4 blocks.
He was huge. He was huge.
And against Embiid. And again, I can't argue with McBride because he was playing great on Maxey. You know what I mean? So,
right. Yeah.
Co-MVPs.
Co-MVPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I mean,
co-player of the game.
You know, we had a Deuce, we had a Mitch. I'll go with Josh Hart.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, 22 points, 13 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Hit some big threes in the fourth quarter, grab big rebounds. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with Josh Hart as the player of the game tonight.
It's the unsung hero.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need those contributions.
He hit 4 3-pointers in that fourth quarter. 4. No, sorry. 3 or 4.
3.
That was, but 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and 3 or 4 threes.
And he was 8 for 10 from the free throw line overall.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's after missing some earlier.
Yeah.
He
big
was
games,
phenomenal.
Man. Yeah, big games.
Yeah, those
big
3. Those, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Those 3. Yeah, those 3 powered us, you know, and you know, Bogdanovic, you know, did his, you know, had his say in the first half too.
Honorable mention.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how you feeling about Monday's game? Knicks go up 2-0?
I think so. I think we don't have a slow start, you know what I mean? So I think we take advantage from the tip. And yeah, it might. I know you respect your opponent, but that's for the players and the coaches. I'm a fan, and I'm on one tonight. I think I think the game's over by halftime.
Okay, I mean, I actually do think the Knicks win by double digits on Monday. Yeah, I think we go up 2-0. I think we protect home court. I think we win by double digits.
Yep.
You know, yeah, I definitely feel that.
And Brunson and Devo is going to have monster games.
That'd be so
Dial
beautiful.
it up right now.
That'd be so beautiful. Have big games. I don't think, you know, like you said earlier, you know, people are saying start Deuce. I don't think you touch anything. Even if they would have lost tonight, I don't think you touch anything. I think you just you stick with what you've been doing. You know what I mean? You know, it's too early to panic. To me, that's, you know.
And you can substitute at any time. So
Right. At any time. At any time. You can substitute in 30 seconds if you need to. You know what I'm saying? You can substitute at any time, without a doubt. Yeah, looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your time, and we're getting ready to set up for the Losers Lounge. All right, so make sure you join us on the Losers Lounge, probably 20 minutes or so. All right,
Playoff edition.
Yeah, the playoff edition of the Losers Lounge. You know what I mean? So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time. Make sure you get those tickets to Game 5. Game 5 Lounge at Madison Square Garden, Tuesday, April 30th. Make sure you get those tickets, ladies and gentlemen. There's a link in the description of the video. There's a link tag to the top of your YouTube chat. You can get all of the details there. Make sure you join us. All right. Any last words before we get out of here?
Knicks in 6.
Let's get it. Let's take them. Let's take them up out of there. In 6.
See, I ain't gonna say nothing about a broom yet, because I want to go to Game 5 because I got them days off. So Knicks in 5.
Okay. All right. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Peace.
This is MBK, nothing but Knicks. When send past the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is MBK, nothing but Knicks.